Man accused of threatening to kill convicted murderer Carmelo Anthony appeared in court today. Jake Lang's attorneys asked a judge to lower his bond from $1 million. As our JD Miles reports, it led to courtroom arguments about whether his inflammatory words were free speech or an actual threat of violence.
Yes, everyone. Now, on the 12th of June, I did a video discussing Jake Lang. He had been arrested for causing trouble for stirring the pot down there in Texas in front of the Carmelo Anthony trial. He was arrested for terroristic threats. He threatened to delete one Carmelo Anthony while he was talking to all the supporters of Carmelo Anthony.
You sure about that?
Well, since then, he has been active on X, his page, if you will, and he's been back to court to reduce his bond from $1 million. So before I finish this video, I want to get into his X page and look at the progress he's made since he got arrested and his eventual win in court. By the way, the person that oversaw his bond hearing was the same person that oversaw the Carmelo Anthony trial. So there's that. So we're going to get into all this. Of course, before I do, if you haven't done so already, hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. If you want to further contribute to the channel, I implore you to hit the hype button down below to hype me up in the algorithm and hit the Cash App $Mr. Normie. So let's go real quick to Jake Lang, his X page. Let's start here. This was the 12th of June after he got locked up. It says update. Jake remains locked up on a $1 million bond in a maximum security disgusting cell. Every lawyer I have contacted has been blown away with the bond amount, and they all have said they've never heard anything like it and that is completely outrageous. They told me they have clients on deletion charges with $150,000 bonds.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
It's obvious they want to silence and destroy Jake, but we refuse to give them their pound of flesh. The fight goes on, and this is Give, Send, Go page with crazy work. The Give, Send, Go page that they've posted here is the same Give, Send, Go page he had when he was, I believe, in prison for the J6 stuff, okay? Jake Lang Hospital and Future Security Fund. Now, I don't know what happened here, but the amount that he has in this Give, Send, Go right now is $48,634. Where's the sound effect? Where is it? Now let's go back to his X page. These are some posts that I guess he made while he was in prison via, the Notes app or whatever, I guess. It says right here, let me scroll up. They stuck me in the most soiled cell I've ever seen, let alone being inside. It was drenched in piss and smelled so much like ammonia I couldn't breathe without taking my shirt off and wrapping it around my face. I was getting nausea and migraines. There was literally crusty piles of caked on human crap in two different corners that I was forced to clean with my bare hands and toilet paper. No soap, no mop, nothing. I ended up getting some on my fingers and not being able to get the smell off my finger, and I projectile vomited in my own cell. Well, I mean, they didn't give me a blanket all night, so I was frozen and wrapped myself in the 2-inch mat they gave me. I have been to a dozen facilities because of J6, and I've never been treated worse. This was like the Iraqi prison deletion camps my old cellmate Lerm told me about. Okay. I have no underwear, socks, no towel, no soap, no Bible, no brush, and no commissary. I'm literally in an empty cell with a roll of toilet paper, a mat, a shirt, and pants. That's it. That's what they reduced me to.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Sorry for my Alabama English. Let's go to the next page. Let's make this bigger. It says here, y'all might not be able to see it. There we go. The most vile and inhumane treatment ever. I don't know how the good officers of Texas can watch so callously such intense human suffering. The heartlessness and emptiness marks both the prisoners and the staff in this broken environment. I myself have taken heart knowing God is with me even here. And this is his inmate number, Edward Jacob Lang, political prisoner number 424148. Yes, indeed. Well, what I would say to that is, God is good all the time. You know what I mean? What are you gonna do? So there's that part, right? Let me get back to the spot I was at. Here we go. Okay, this is his prisoner name. Now let's scroll back up here a little bit. It says here, Jerome Winston Parker carrying a weapon outside. Okay, that was the one guy that was yelling him in the face out here, I believe. He doesn't have a $1 million bond. He's got a $1,000 bond. Yes, we understand that. Okay, now here is the 14th of June. I just got an update from Jake Lang, who is still behind bars. There's a guy in the cell block next to me. There is a guy in the cell block next to him who has the same charge as him, a third-degree felony terroristic threat. He has an existential criminal history with only a $10K bond. Well, Jake has no criminal record, and his bond has been set to 100 times more than the average for this charge. Patriots, we need a $100K bail to bail out and continue his fight for freedom and justice. We the people will never surrender. And I guess this is a recording from Jake Lang. Let's listen. Let's listen to it.
From you, how's it going in jail? Let's start there.
I mean, jail is jail. It's the worst torture that I've ever endured here. A piss-drenched cell, feces in the floor. I have no underwear, no socks. I get one shirt, one pant per week. It's in no commissary. Today, all I've eaten is peanut butter. That's all they're feeding me.
Okay.
On a kosher diet.
Kosher diet.
It's so draconian. It's so ruthless.
Draconian.
It's so unhuman. I've never experienced anything like it, but
you don't say.
You know, in my weakness, God's strength is made perfect. Brother.
Strength.
Yeah, I don't trust the FDA. I mean, we're Christian, but we still just eat kosher because we don't trust the chemicals they're putting.
This kosher thing they keep putting on them. they okay.
In our food, and in prison, that's really rough.
Yeah, they try to pump you with chemicals and make you docile in here. So I always eat kosher when I'm in prison.
Docile, feminine, everything's pumped with estrogen. Yeah.
Yeah, soy, estrogen.
Okay, so now they're talking about why the kosher diet exists, because there's all kind of chemicals in our food and all that kind of stuff. So they want, food or meat that's, I guess, clean or free of chemicals, stuff like that. I haven't done my research on kosher diets, but I assume that's what they're referring to, and that's why.
Garbage, goyfla.
That's right. That's right, man. So, brother, what can I do for you? How can I help you?
The bond of Carmelo, thank you for saying that. I need help. I need my brothers to come around me right now. 4 times the bond of Carmelo Anthony, who admitted to the police on scene, it's not alleged, I did it. He gets $250,000 bond. Jake Lang stands outside the courthouse of the murderer and says, we need capital punishment, $1 million bond for free speech.
It's crazy. It's absolutely insane.
It's like China. There's a guy in here in the cell block who has the same charge as me. Third degree felony, terroristic threat. He's actually the cell next door to me. He has a rap sheet as long as my arm. He has $10,000 bond. I have no criminal record ever.
No criminal
$1 million bond. My bond has been set 100 times the average for this charge, bro. 100 times.
Is it because the judge was a black female? Do you think that's why it's racial bias?
Oh, bro, she was a woke, activist, black female Democrat judge from Dallas who set my bond, but then they moved me over here to Collin County, which is a deep red Republican area. So I just paid my lawyer the last $5,000 I had in my account to do an habeas corpus motion for me, and I'll be in front of a new judge within the next week or two at tops, and they'll be setting a new bond for me because obviously the Sixth Amendment has a protection guaranteed a right from excessive bonds, and this is probably the most egregious case of excessive bonds in American history. So, we've unearthed and routed out, obviously this lawfare being so pitted against us, but, the cost is I'm suffering right now bad, and I need my brothers to come around me.
So Jake Lang needs his brothers around him, y'all. For y'all, you want to circle the wagons around Jake Lang. Now this guy right here, some people have covered him before.
Down to the
This guy right here.
Simply for having an opinion. Keep in mind, Jake.
I'm turning it down some, but you see this guy right here, right? He's talking about, this is a Jake Lang supporter. Let me pause this real quick. Y'all can watch this at your leisure. It's on Jake Lang's page. Let me read the caption. It says Jake Lang is being literally starved and only given 5 ounces of peanut butter a day to eat while in complete solitary confinement as part of his protection. Okay. J6er Philip Anderson, who is this, ninja right here, has come forward urging American people to donate to Jake's Give, Send, Go to free him from this torture. White Lives Matter. Donate here for bail bond, of course, Jake Lang defense. And of course, like you said, I'm not going to speak on this young African-American black man right here, but I think you're being used. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Now, here's the 16th of June. Breaking Jake Lang's habeas corpus emergency motion to reduce his ridiculous $1 million bond has just been scheduled for court this Thursday at 1:30 p.m. He was scheduled to appear in front of Judge Tucker, the same judge who reduced Carmelo Anthony's bond to $250K. That's the black woman he's talking about, the woke black female judge. But she just recused herself from Jake's case. Now, Jake has been reassigned to Judge Roach, the same judge who oversaw the Austin Metcalf Carmelo Anthony trial. Yeah. Please donate to help bring Jake Lang home from solitary confinement. Give, Send, Go, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Breaking. Right before Jake Lang was arrested and thrown in solitary confinement, this is June 17th, he exposed the complete replacement of the Boys and Girl Scouts of Frisco, Texas, becoming 100% Indian. In the last 15 years, Frisco has become 43% Indian. This is an invasion. We need to get Jake out so he can keep doing this vital work. Please donate to help pay Jake Lang's bond. And we have, of course, the Give, Send, Go, blah, 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 blah. Now, this is the last post before we get to the video in question about his actual bond hearing. It says right here, today, we dropped off a massive judicial misconduct complaint package at the Texas AG Ken Paxton's office in Austin and the regional presiding judge's office in Collin County. This package perfectly details the political persecution of Jake Lang and his unconstitutional $1 million bond. Black activist judge Melanie Lewis is about to lose her job. Let's scroll down here and let's listen to this video. I don't know who this young lady is here, but let's see what she has to say.
Of Ray Wayless's office today, delivering a packet for Jake Lang, who's being held on an exorbitant $1 million bond. I was here with Jake and violent Carmelo Anthony supporters who were threatening us the same day. They were threatening to kill me. They threatened to grab me by my hair and to drag me across the road from McKinney to Melissa. They threatened another Austin Metcalf supporter who was in a wheelchair to throw him out into the middle of the road.
I do remember seeing this lady during the protests of the supporters out there that last day of the Carmelo Anthony trial, and she said some very heinous stuff too, but she didn't say stuff that was on the level of what Jake Lang said, but she is a rebel rouser herself.
And they threatened Jake Lang to hang him up in a tree if officers were not present. And
Didn't Jake Lang say the same thing about Carmelo, that he wanted capital punishment? That he wanted to, he wanted to string him up from a tree too? I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just making sure, because that's why he's in jail now, right?
Guess what? None of them got arrested. Jake is being charged only because he's an American white Christian man. This is a two-tiered justice system using lawfare to silence an American patriot, to persecute him when he committed no crime. There were dozens of officers outside that day, and they heard what Jake said, and none of them arrested him. And now he's rotting in jail. So I'm asking you all to help Jake. And I am believing that Mr. Wayless, Mr. Ken Paxton, who's also been sent this packet, and the judge do the right thing and they free Jake from this persecution and they freed Jake from this lawfare.
You know, it's funny how these people keep complaining about this two-tier justice system when, you know, I mean, just to be honest with you, black folks been complaining about two-tier justice system for years and nobody said anything about that. But now we're like, oh, we need to get him out of jail. It's a two-tier justice system. Ah. Okay, whatever. Anyway, fair use to CBS Texas. We're going to finish this up. The title of the video is Bond Reduced for Far-Right Influencer Accused of Threatening to Delete Carmelo Anthony, all right? Which is, yeah, I mean, $1 million was kind of high, but I think they were trying to make a point and set a precedent. So again, fair use to CBS Texas. We're going to get right in this video. Fair use to them. And put my fair use band up and we can finish this up and get you guys in and out of here. This is the point of the show right here. Fair use again to CBS Texas. Let's get to it.
The names of Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf were mentioned several times today inside the same courtroom where that murder trial ended last week. But this is a separate case involving what an activist said outside the courthouse.
Fix your culture.
That activist is Jake Lane, and he's accused of threatening to kill Carmelo Anthony during an exchange with someone outside the Collin County Courthouse on June 4th. Here's a clip of a live stream video that prosecutors played today in court.
And I'll be right here too. Headshot. And I'll be right here too. So you gonna kill him? Yes. So you gonna kill Carmelo Anthony? Yes, I will.
Authorities determined that was a legitimate threat and arrested Lang for making a terroristic threat a third-degree felony. He's been in the Collin County Jail with a $1 million bond. Today, his attorney argued that bond was excessive and that murderers and child sex offenders get lower bonds. Prosecutors expressed concerns about Lang's multiple previous arrests and his multiple home addresses. But when it was over, Judge John Roach Jr. ruled that the bond would be set at $250,000.
The bond was.
Okay, so as you can see, y'all, before we finish up, his bond was reduced from $1 million to $250,000. Okay, more manageable for him. He can get out of jail. Of course, he's not going to go to prison for this, this threat he made. But it's a point, right? No, you can't be saying still of that. Which he's going to continue to do that in other places because this trial's over now. So he's going to go somewhere else and rile up another group of, supporters for whatever, black cause, right? That's what he does. But to be honest with you, yes, was that bail high for the crime? Yes, it was. But again, the two-tier justice system that we always talk about that, black folks have been complaining about for, literally decades, right? That we haven't had fair justice ever. Well, it's funny when people like Chud and Jake get a small sliver of that, and it's like, oh man, they're just completely outraged. We gotta help our brother out, and we gotta wrap our arms around him. Oh yeah, you don't say, huh? Okay, all right.
Too high. Judge did the right thing by lowering it. That's still a little higher than we wanted, but I think we're going to be able to get him out, and that was the point. These bonds aren't supposed to be to keep people locked up. They're supposed to be to make sure they show up for court and that the public's safe in the meantime, and I think that's going to happen.
Lang's attorney says his client should be able to post that bond. He's been ordered by the judge to stay out of Texas except for court appearances. In McKinney, J.D. Miles, CBS News, Texas.
That's right, Jay Lang. Stay your ass out of Texas. All right, stay your punk behind out of Texas. All right, we don't want you there. All right, you messing up the good order of the good kind, nice folk down in the state of Texas. All right, so we already got enough going on trying to calm these ninjas back down from putting one of their own in prison. All right, we don't need you, muddying the waters in our city. Okay, but you see it. From $1 million to $250, so Jake Lang will stay out of Texas and he'll go on somewhere to cause trouble somewhere else from Tennessee to Texas and continuing on as he does. With that being said, thank you for attending another episode of the Armchair Anchorman. Thank you for being here. I'm just a man sitting in here in a chair and a computer chair in front of a webcam. Let me know what you think about the Judge Roach reducing his bond from $1 million to $250. Let me know what you think about the black judge that put it at $1 million to begin with, which was kind of excessive, but what do I care? All right, fuck him. Anyway, let me know what you think about it down in the comment section. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell out of the door. And I'll see you on the next video.